out in pretty much middle of nowhere, Arizona, and we are going to be doing middle of nowhere, Arizona adventures today to prove that you can find adventure pretty much everywhere. And because this is an adventure with Feeny, that means we need to get some energy out. So we are in a place that doesn't require leashes. We are in the Harquahala Mountain Range.
Hey there, if you're new here, I'm Michelle, and this is Phoenix. A few months ago, we moved full-time into our 20-foot RPod 194C, and we've been working on figuring out the nomad life ever since. Right now, we're still in our home state of Arizona, working out the kinks and getting settled before we head out of state.
Hi, yeah. So we are out in the Harquahala Wilderness. This is a lesser known mountain range that's about probably 2 hours outside of Phoenix, but only took us about 45 minutes since we're staying outside of Phoenix, kind of in the middle of nowhere as well. Believe it or not, Harquahala is the tallest mountain range in southwestern Arizona, and it's amazing how many people have never even heard of this mountain range. So this mountain range is pretty cool in the fact that on the peak of Harquahala, there's been a lot of history. So back in the 1800s, there was mining here. And although there were no big booms, this mountain actually supported people's livelihoods with the mining deposits. Then it turned into cattle land, as most of middle of nowhere Arizona does. But then in the 1920s, the Smithsonian actually built an observatory up at the top. Because it's the highest peak, they have a communications tower, communications observatory, and that is actually still up there today. Now, we are actually going to be hiking this scenic byway because even though I do have a four-wheel drive high clearance, I'm by myself. I'm not exactly adept at off-roading and recovery of myself, and I have Phoenix, and he requires, and I require, an energy outage. So we are not going to make it all the way to the peak of over 5,000 feet today because this trail is 10.5 miles one way with about 4,000 foot of gain. So killer gain out here, and would be great for lots of hardcore trail runners. But we're gonna get some climbing, we're gonna get a little hiking, we're gonna get some energy out, and we're gonna bring you along with us. Now, I did mention that we have been here before. On the other side of the mountain is an actual hiking trail that I believe is only 4.5 miles, something like that, with the 4,000 foot gain. But we tried to do that last year and it was so overgrown. I was worried about Feeny's eyes because he's like plowing through all the thorny bushes and my legs were literally dripping blood and we were not having any fun. There was no fun to be had that day, so we turned around, got a coffee, and licked our wounds. And I don't want to try that trail again because if you look at the All Trails reviews of that, it's like it'll go a year before somebody reviews it that they've been out there, so it's just not a really well-maintained trail. So this way, I get the beauty without the bushwhacking. I have signed in, let them know what I am doing, and we are on our way up the mountain. Now, what kind of cracks me up is there's an Arizona 4x4 off-road recovery sticker here, and that just cements my decision to go on foot.
In the open air, feeling free is where wild hearts are supposed to be. Let's fly again and spread our wings, 'cause there's a compass where my soul is. Run.
When I am out in these saguaro forests like this, I like to make up personalities for the cactus. That one looked like he was picking a wedgie. So there's lots of quirky ones out here. These are the moments I wish I had a drone because then I think you guys could see the vastness of where I'm at and the beauty in such a different perspective. I don't think the GoPro or cell phone are really capturing just how stunning it is out here. But this is why I love off the beaten path adventures. It's so quiet, so peaceful, untouched, and just, oh my gosh, it's stunning. Stunning. And Feeny can be off leash, which we love. So much personality. That one is like mom with her baby hiding behind her. So so far, I'm about a mile in. This is the first pull-off that I have found. So you're actually allowed camping off of this road. That would be an amazing little camp spot. Definitely could have gotten here. That's one thing, I just wasn't sure of how quick the road went up and got rough. And about now, I feel comfortable. What I'm seeing ahead of me, not so sure. We haven't really started climbing, it's just been gradual. So definitely not the start I was expecting. There's much more of a entrance to the climb. So if you're uncomfortable like me and you're out doing this, about a mile in is a nice little pull off that I feel like I would have been totally comfortable pulling into. So just keep that in mind. I've never been out here, so I tend to play it on the safer side, but that's why I have these videos for you. So if you want to come out here, I probably would have been comfortable in my Subaru up to here. There's one little rocky spot at the beginning, but after that, it's just a really rocky gravel road. So we could have made it, but it was a great walk. So let's keep going. So one thing I wanted to just note, because you're going to see Fiend stay pretty close to me, which is abnormal when he is off leash. He tends to run forward and back. He feels fine. One thing to note about Arizona, it is a lot of it, this open area is open shooting range. Obviously, they're not just out in the middle of nowhere just shooting haphazardly, but there is a large hill that way that looks like it's probably a shooting range, and it sounds like it is. And these aren't people just out here with their Glocks. These are people with some high caliber rounds and weapons out here shooting, so it's pretty loud, and Fiends can get uncomfortable in that, so he just tends to stay uncomfortable and protective, so he tends to stay pretty close to me, so that's why. Look at this. There's a picnic table, there's a fire pit. Wow, this would be an amazing camp spot. This view is incredible. We're just a little over now. I didn't start my watch again. Oops. So maybe a mile and a half still could get to. Oh, wow. This would be amazing. Yeah, this is actually like a legit campsite. This is really cool. This is another reason why I want to put a cap on my truck and build a bed, so that I could take some off-road camping adventures outside of the pod. We may be doing that before I leave Arizona, because Arizona has a lot of really cheap cabs for some reason. Like, they're way less expensive out here. So we're on the fence, but I think it would be really fun to have like adventures away from the pod in the truck camper. So this is making me want that. This would be amazing.
There's a compass where my soul is. Run over hills into the blue.
So the word Harquahala is a native word, and it means way up there water. And that's because of all of the natural springs and the lush vegetation that you can find up at the higher peaks. Now, obviously, we're not even that high up, but you can already tell by this wash and all the vegetation in the wash just how plentiful and volatile the water can be here. And I love seeing signs of that and seeing why things are named the way they're named. I bet this looks amazing when it's raining. Something I realize I do, and I'm trying really hard not to, but I squint even with sunglasses on, and when I'm doing talking shots, I flip my visor back so y'all can see my face. And I end up squinting and doing this, and I'm really trying to remember not to, but y'all, being a blue-eyed baby in the desert is challenging, okay? For those who don't know, having really light eyes in really bright places is like instant headache. And even though I have good sunglasses on, one of the main reasons I wear a hat is so that I can put it over my face and not squint. But it's funny, when you like watch yourself back sometimes, y'all, you're like, what am I doing? And I think I just did it through that whole talking shot. So I had to kind of just laugh at myself, you know? That's all you can do. I'm gonna take a little breather. Do you want my shade? Is that what you want? Yeah. And eat a cookie. Even though it's only like 54 degrees, y'all, it feels way hotter. Fiends is even panting more. So yeah, it's kind of strange. it's not like that usually. I don't know. But I'm gonna eat a cookie. I've actually, lemon, which is like one of my favorite. I've actually been grocery shopping like an absolute idiot. Does anybody else do this? Like, just forget what you need and order randomness. Like, when I'm on heavy training, like, sessions, I keep very specific food for the pack. I bought none of that, and I'm out of it all. So, I ran to Dollar General last night and just got some cookies. They do the job. I have a pretty sensitive stomach when, like, working hard. So, typical, I don't know what that sound was. So, typically, like, sugar bombs work for me. But anyhow, I can't believe people aren't out here camping. Like, the weather's beautiful. The view, stunning. I'm over that little wash, a big wash. Man. Nice spot.
And see it now. Let the sunshine pour on in. What life's about. Just feel the warmth of my skin.
I think we are going to turn around here. I kept kind of pushing, thinking we have to be getting to the good climb, but the elevation profile online has to be a little bit off because we are only at about 500 feet and I should have been over 1,000 by now based on what I researched. So I kept like pushing, thinking I would see the opening for the actual climb, which comes up around, but I still just see kind of flat. So we're a little over 3 miles, and that's what Fiends and I were prepared for today, was about 6 miles. Definitely thought I was gonna be pushing harder, but it's a little bit warmer. The UV has to be quite a bit higher, and please roll the beautiful Creed footage. Because it definitely feels warmer. He is panting a lot more than normal. So we're gonna flip back because we've got more adventures, more time on feet today. Maybe we'll find a little climb in our next spot. But yeah, I wish I would have driven out to the 1 or 2 mile spot where you could have parked and camped, and then we probably would have gotten a little bit higher. I really don't know. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research, actually pull out a real map and do some elevation profiles, because yeah, what I read is wrong. So, still beautiful, and do you know what this means? It means I get to come back. This means we get to come back, because we need to get way further up there. All right, let's go. Cooling down, got a photo with the sign. Whew. Luckily, the wind picked up in that last like quarter mile, because man, it got kind of toasty. I know I live in Arizona, but I don't really do toasty. Not when I'm doing activity. So I was struggle busing, okay? I was struggle busing. But we're gonna cool down and make our way back to the truck. All right, back to the truck. You need any water? Yeah? No? All done? Whew. Time to get out of the vest, get out of the runners, put the Tevas back on. The Teva Hurricane Drifts. 10 out of 10s, y'all, especially post-hike. If you'll remember, I didn't lose mine in Colorado, they just were about 6 years old, and I had to give them a burial in a trash can because they wouldn't even stay on anymore. But I can hike in these things. I can do everything in these, and they're the ugliest things, but they're so comfortable. Whew. All right, we feed some water, load him up, then we're on to our next adventure. Might have to get Feeny a little ramp. He just struggled to jump all the way up there. When his bed's in here, it is particularly high, but I also do think when he's tired, I might have a little ramp. It might help. You know, he's getting a little older, guys. He'll still jump. You should always keep your dogs jumping and running and living life, but yeah, he kind of just looked at it like, huh. And then he jumped right up, but he could just need a little nappy poo, and he's gonna get that because our next adventure is about 45 minutes away, so we're gonna head there now. Welcome to Alamo Lake. We are in the middle of nowhere, and yes, there's a beautiful lake. So I'm actually not sure what town we're closest to. We're about 38 miles from Salome, that I lovingly call Salami, and I know Yucca is on the other side. I know Wikiup's on the other side, so I really have no idea what we're closest to, but we're not close to much. So this Alamo Lake State Park, there are 3 main areas from what I learned today. You have a boat launch, then you have this area that I'm in that has the campground and more boat launches, and then apparently there's overlooks with stunning views that we will check out later. But first, we're gonna let Feeny swim because there is nothing like a happy Feeny who gets to swim, and there's an unintended side effect is Feeny gets a bath. He really needs a bath, so hey, we're getting a bath. So, welcome to Alamo Lake. Dude, I was waiting for the splash. We're struggling with the sticks. Not real good sticks. Hold, please. Welcome to Alamo Lake. Good job, buddy. Man. There he goes. Water's pretty choppy, so he's having a hard time seeing the small ones. And I notice he jumps for the big ones, but the big ones are sinking. This poor kid. Oh, look, he saw it. He got it. He tracked it. He found it. Go on. You can see it. It's right there. See it? Go on. Launch. So we have been on this little peninsula for 45 minutes now. So I think it is time to go explore some other areas of this park, much to his dismay. He's shivering. The water is ice cold, but he's now clean. I think we are gonna run up first to the ranger station / convenience store for the campground. I passed no food on the way here. And I'm peckish. I'm not hangry, but considering how far away from places I am, I will be hangry. Oh, he brought his stick up here, y'all. Hold, please. Brought a stick. You're okay. We've been here another 10 minutes because he wasn't ready. But now we have to be ready. He is like shivering. He is shaking. It's time to move on with the adventure. This is one thing about him is like he will not stop. Like I have to make him stop playing. I have to make him stop playing fetch. I have to make him stop swimming because like he will not. So, all right. I think I was telling you that I'm gonna hit the convenience store and really hope there's some food, and that's what we're gonna go do. We haven't made it to the store yet because I found this cute little picnic table with this view. That's the campground right there. And I have a feeling this lake is usually a lot higher, as most lakes, especially lakes in Arizona, because there is a boat dock to nowhere over there. Just ends. But that boat dock actually would have been a perfect place for us to go down. Dang it. We might have to do that too. I get like really happy to give Feeny water. He loves water. He loves swimming. He loves anything to do with water. And it makes my heart happy. So like I joke that like I can't leave because of him, but he's just so happy when he's in water. And I have a hard time like ending it for him. But he was seriously shivering, so he needed a break. That water is ice cold. Wow, such a pretty lake and very undeveloped, like very undeveloped. I might have to bring the pod. That entry road would be obnoxious though. It was 38 miles of like windy, like whoo, whoo. That would be annoying towing, but maybe worth it. We definitely have to use the Starlink. There's no, yeah, I don't need to have cell service out here. All right, I am peckish. Are you peckish? You're not peckish. You had a bunch of treats at the entry station because you were screaming at the poor entry guy. So, should mention that. It's a $10 entry fee. They'd end up charging me because his machine froze, which I thought was very nice. So that's another reason why I want to make sure I go to the store, support the park. You know, maybe buy a sticker or souvenir or something in lieu of the entry fee because I didn't have cash on me. So, yeah, there we go. All right, I am peckish. As beautiful as this is, I'm peckish. We scored. It's a weird score. The prices were very strange, but we got a 100-calorie pack of jerky that was $3.99, and an entire thing of Pringles that was also $3.99. Kind of laughing. And all they had that was cold was a Coke. So we're going for severe health here. But hey, at least I got protein. I was gonna get Feeney vanilla ice cream, but he just drank so much lake water, and he's probably gonna go drink more lake water, and I just figured that wasn't a good combo. But I did get stickers. So my bestie's husband fishes, and I'm gonna be scouting some places for him later this year, but I got him a little fish sticker. It's super cute, and there's a donkey in it, and that's the same one I got for myself. And then I thought my parents would like one. Then I just always grab an extra one because you just never know, which I know if you followed my Colorado videos, you will know I spent a lot of money on stickers sometimes. But you know, again, this was like my entry. We'll just call that my entry. All right, I'm going to head towards the overlooks because I've heard they're really pretty. And we're gonna eat my very strange snack there. We're at the Bill Williams Overlook and the Alamo Dam, which is behind us. This was built in 1968. It's about 968 feet wide and about 34 feet above river level, and it supports the Alamo Lake, which is over 500 acres for the permanent lake, but also works with extra drainage and things like that. And this is one stunning overlook. There's not lake access from here, but man, the views are stunning. That overlook got crazy busy. There was one car when I got there. There's like 10 cars there right now, but the ranger was out here and he said, I can't walk on the dam, but if we want to go for a little walk and go up to the dam road, I'm a child, the dam road, and I can walk that and get some quieter views since that is so dang busy right there. So that's what we're doing. So we're gonna go ahead and turn around, but wow, what a beautiful view. I'm so thankful that he let me see this side of it because it's so cool. It's just so peaceful over here. Like there's just the tiniest little river and you can see lush vegetation. So cool. But this is what always just makes me crazy. Like that little river at one time was big enough to create what you see. The power of water created what we see, and tectonic plates and all of that fun stuff. And just now it's just this calm little tiny piece of river. Well, deep thoughts. Officially back on the right side of the law. I kid. We're gonna head back to the truck. It looks like it quieted down here. I would love to try to get a picture of Fiends and I, but when there's that many people, he won't like pay attention to the tripod. So, fingers crossed, we can get a pretty picture. We just made it. Just made the photo op. The car snuck that photo in. We are gonna head to the one area that I haven't checked out just because I haven't checked it out yet, but I don't think I'm gonna let Feeny swim. He is actually pretty tired. So it has been a very adventureful day. I don't know if you guys are like me, but adventure time is so different. Like, I've already been in this park 3 hours and it just feels like I got here. So, you know, I do have a longer drive home. So luckily we have more daylight than normal, but yeah. Adventures, they always go too fast, but for now we're gonna head to the very front of the park for just the one spot we haven't seen yet. So definitely found the beachier side is that Cholla side. So right at the entry, definitely has more beach vibes. I bet when it's warm out, super busy through here. Wow, so pretty. Oh my goodness, so pretty. Is she gonna let him swim again? That's the... The answer is a resounding no right here because there are dead fish everywhere. I'm going to save you the visual, and definitely I'm glad in this instance we don't have smell-o-vision. Wow, yeah, he is not getting in. I'm gonna take a gander and a guess that it has something to do with low tides because it is very low over here, because some of them look like they literally just washed up. But yeah, no, he is not swimming over here. It really isn't peaceful when there's just dead fish everywhere. Yeah. By this point in our journey, you should realize that I'm not a squeamish person. Nature's nature. That's an excessive amount of dead fish. Like, excessive amount of dead fish. Like, can't even enjoy because of the smell and the fact that everywhere you turn, there's a dead fish. So I thought this can often happen in the desert when it's like really low tides or like lakes are really low. It has that rotting smell of like wood and vegetation, and I thought that's what it was until I got closer to the water. I was like, it's a really strong fishy smell. No, it's just hundreds of dead fish, and they look like rocks, so I did save you that. But I'm just gonna have to Google. There's not any signs about no swimming. They don't tell you to not swim at the gate. I've talked to enough rangers, so this is nothing like hazardous that's going on unless you're a fish. So I'm thinking maybe low levels, like where I was walking looked and kind of felt like it had water recently and then now it doesn't. So they could have just gotten trapped. I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google and figure it out. But that wasn't me just being a baby. That was excessive, and I just don't want fiends anywhere near it. So we're done. All right. After that pleasant surprise, it's time to leave. No, I mean, yes, but no, I'm not leaving because of that. It is time for us to head home. Got a couple-hour drive to get home. A lot of it's back desert road without cell service, so I want to make sure I'm through before dark. So we're gonna go ahead and head out, and we will see you guys back at the pod. That didn't take as long to get home as I thought it was going to, so yay for that. I kind of forgot that I went a roundabout way to the other side of the Harquahalas. So I just got home. I'm putting some fresh water in the tank, turned the hot water heater on. We can take a shower, and I'm gonna wipe Fiends down. I was gonna bathe them, but it's already pretty chilly, so I think I'm just gonna do some wipes and wipe him down. Just keep eating. You're gonna get bathed while you're eating. I swear, there is nothing like taking a shower in your camper. After living in the drop for the summer and bathing outside or bathing at campgrounds or doing wet wipe baths or like body wipe baths. I'm very thankful after an adventure day to come back, wash, slather myself in lotion. We've got everything in its mother. Whoops, pretty much charging. All my fun tap lights go off. And now I'm gonna make some dinner. And I'm just gonna keep it simple. I'm a little sleepy, but this is one of my favorite super simple meals. I bought this after last weekend's adventure and we're gonna eat some more. Just good old ravioli. Like, I really like the Rana or whatever this brand is. So good. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here with this giant bowl of pasta and super cuddly, comfy outfit. I am going to hop on bed, put a TV show on, and cuddle with the Fiends, who is cuddling with the stuffies back there, and just relax for the rest of the evening. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us, exploring some new to us areas of Arizona, the nowhere areas, and we will see you on the next adventure forever.